Hey everyone, it's me, Dave. Today I'm going to show you how to do the heat shrink fix for the spring if you have the same steel drive shafts as I do. As I mentioned in another video and on the ECX forums, this spring will not retain the locking pin. If you have a very powerful motor, this spring will detach itself, or will become unsprung. It will spread out and the pin will push through the spreaded wires. So I'm going to show you how to fix that. And because I had a recent question on the forums on how I fitted the AX10 gearbox, well, I've done it like this. Let me see if I can get a better angle. Yeah. Okay, as you can see, I have used a turnbuckle and a piece of threaded wire. I just bought it at the local hardware store. I think it's an M3 rod end wire. It's basically the same as the use for a regular turnbuckle on 1/10 RC scale car. So as you can see, I've bent the wire, I bent the rod end, because I've removed this plastic tab that was here, sort of like base plate that attached to the original gearbox. So I have like two holes right now in the chassis. Let me just give you a better angle. So as you can see, here's the strut or the shock tower, and the plate used to be between those two holes. So I've taken one hole and pushed the rod end through using, as you can see, a washer and a nut. I've screwed the nut on all the way up to here, then I've inserted it, and then well, the nut and the washer. And then once it was settled in, I pushed down the washer and screwed the nut all the way to the back. Stopped until there was like 5 millimeters or so left of it. Then I've used Loctite and screwed it on tightly. Now on the other side, it looks like this. Same principle here, washer, nut, and Loctite. The damage that you see here is because, well, I was too lazy to remove 4 screws. So that's the damage over there. I've cut it away, and that was just stupid because you only need to remove 4 screws and you can unhook the back and then get it on. So maybe give you a bit of an overview. That's the AX10 gearbox, and I'm thinking about removing the ECX 2013 part and inserting another turnbuckle in between the mounting point and the rod end, which is through here. So I hope this is clear on how it looks, how I've managed to fasten it to the chassis. So I'll just put this on pause, remove the wheels, remove the gearbox, and then we're ready to go and do our fix. Okay, I'm back for a short while. Okay, I was just thinking, the screw that's in here is the original screw that came with or was in there already, so that's original. And the screw that goes in here right now, some sort of generic screw that I have. And let me see, be right back. And the screw measures 82 millimeters or 82.7 millimeters or 2.31 inch. Yeah, 231 inch. Okay. So okay, we're back. So as you can see, going to do one on camera, and it's the same principle for all the parts. I have two sizes of heat shrink. This is 1:5, and yeah, basically this is the size difference. This one is going on first, and this one's going on after it. So we're only going to do this once on camera, and the idea is to cut off 1 centimeter or 10 millimeters, or I think it would be like almost half an inch, 7/8 of an inch, I believe. And I'm just going to get my tools, and this is for the youngsters who are watching this. Whenever you're going to be doing this, you're going to need a scalpel, and it's a very sharp piece of equipment. So please, 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 if you're going to be doing this, please ask a elderly parent to help you out. So I'm just going to cut this 1 centimeter of tubing with, as I said, a very sharp scalpel. Okay, there we go. So now what we're going to do is we are going to push this on there, and as you can see, it doesn't even fit because it's too tight. So you're going to be needing, I think these are called needle nose pliers, and you're just going to put them in. Let's see if I can do this. I have the camera right in front of me. So, and then squeeze it, just stretch it a bit, and then turn it around 90 degrees, so you'll have an even stretch. Okay, after you've done that, quickly pull the shrink on there, but it doesn't work. Of course not. Why should it work on camera the first time? Okay, stretch it out. Be quick about it. I said be quick. It immediately wants to return to its old shape and size. Oops, sorry. Okay. Now, as you can see, I've left like 1.5 millimeters of overhang. You can make it 2, doesn't matter, as long as it's on there tight. Now, grab your heat source. In my case, it's a lighter, and just shrink away. Shrink away. So, yeah, okay. And I hope the camera will pick this up. As you can see right now, yeah, it picks up rather nicely. You can see the lines of the spring through the heat shrink. Now that's what you want, because that will ensure that the heat shrink is on there tight. You really want to have it on there tightly. So, okay, that's step 1. Step 2 will be the bigger piece of heat shrink. Once again, just using 1 centimeter of it. Get my scalpel. Okay, now this you do not need to pre-stretch or anything, because this will just fit right over it. And like the first step, have 1 or 1.5 millimeter of overhang. Get your heat source again and shrink it down. And basically that's all you need to do. Or maybe you could even have like 2 millimeters of overhang. just to be on the safe side. And yeah, there you go. This is not going to go anywhere, also because of the fact that you've got your overhang over here. So this is how it will look eventually. Come on, focus. Yeah, that's good enough. So do this to all four parts that you will need, because you have your other bit of drive shaft that you have to do, and the side on the gearbox. I've not taken this off. I'm too lazy at the moment, but I'll be right back and they will be done. Okay, I'm back. I have cut up the pieces, the remaining 3 pieces that I need. So what I'm going to do now is just do it one more time. I'm going to do this on camera, hopefully this time. So step 1 is take the shorter piece or the narrower piece of heat shrink and stretch it, and be careful because you can overstretch it and then it will simply snap. So that's step 1, just have it stretched a bit, slide it over. Okay, leave 1.5 millimeter of overhang, like so. Just turn this around, get my heat source. And just shrink away. Okay, that's done. And as you can see, the grooves, the shape of the spring is showing through the heat shrink, so that's a good thing. Now, I will do 2 millimeters of overhang this time. Yeah, like that, like that. Get my heat source again. And shrink away. So basically it's just rinse and repeat for all the parts, and it's really simple but really effective, because this way the spring will not budge, so the locking pin cannot escape. So here you go. And yeah, it might be hot, it's rather warm. So, and if you have doubts if the heat shrink has been shrunk enough, just apply more heat and you're done. Okay, and we're back. All the 4 axle parts have been done. And there's just one thing I really wanted to show you guys. If you use the plastic AX10 gearbox, just look at that. There is like a minimal amount of clearance. So please keep that in mind if you are going for this fix. You'd either leave the spur gear cover off, or, as I have done, break away a small piece of it. Let me see if I can get this on correctly. Yeah, there we go. And there you go. Minimal amount of clearance, but yeah, it is what it is. It's a compromise, I know. I usually leave this thing off because yeah, I'm running it as is. So okay, I hope, even though this took a long while to finally get here to the finished product and the janky camera work, I'm not a YouTuber by any means of the imagination, so this is all sort of like relatively new for me, logging everything on videotape, on video. So yeah, I hope that this was sort of like insightful for you and useful. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below, and I'll see you in the forums. Okay, bye now.